if you play from E to E, you should play a double note. You should go da 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 da, or whatever. You know. Forgive me for my imperfect pitch there, but do you see what I mean? You should end on that note, then start on that note again. Sue said you could sound like there's a note missing, and what she was doing was that was a new start note. But if you do that, that is A minor. That's an A minor scale. From there to there is a pure A minor scale. Like I say, the key is when you move through more than one octave, in order to anchor your ear, you want to make sure that your ear is anchored to the right tonic. So the tonic is the name of the chord. So if you're playing E7, which is this is, make sure you start on an E. If you're playing E major, make sure you start on an E. If you're playing E minor, make sure you start on an E. Because if you start on a different note, you're playing a mode. What you're trying to do is calibrate your ear to these things. And I'll say one other thing, which is very dangerous. If you do any surfing around the net, you'll see this, right? Let's stay on E. That's a fret 7, so that's E major. What you will see is this. The scale will extend that way. What they generally do is, right, when I said to you that you get a scale fitting 4 or 5 frets, this is your home note. That's what you're interested in. That's what you... No, it's not your home note, is it? I'm going on... I'm thinking in 2 different directions here. So that's your home note, right? And that's... So you play from there to there for 1 octave. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll know now if I got it right, because that's the leading note. So yeah, and there's your last. So here's your 2 octaves. So you go da 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 da. That wasn't all that bad. But what they'll do is they'll stick this in as well. They'll stick that in. They'll stick that in. They'll stick that in. So the point is this, right? If you ever see a scale that's rooted on the A string or the D string or whatever, and it adds notes from the next octave down or the next octave up, like if you'd added that note but not added the tonic, what you end up, if you start playing there instead of there, it's B7, but if you start there, it's E major. And all I'm trying to say is already I know this is like brain sludge time, but it's 2 different sounds, and if you think you're playing E major and you're hearing B mixolydian, you're hearing the wrong thing, and it's going to set you back. So everybody teaches it. They always just look at a block of notes across the neck, and they'll start here and they'll zig up and they'll go. Well, generally speaking, if you were going to run outside of the scale down to the next string, you want to run back up and end on the home. You always end on home tonic. That's really important. That is, if you start delving into it on your own.